Hi, I'm Geoff Lee. I'm the president of Road Atlanta.
All right. So, you've been here for a while. Road Atlanta's changed. What's been the evolution since you came here to now?
Well, I think we've been fortunate in the fact that the series has been growing, and because my experience in the past coming from Speedway Motorsports Incorporated, where they do things at a very top level, before that being 10 years at the Grand Prix Association of Long Beach and helping IndyCar run a lot of their events, and the Indy Lights series, which we rebranded at that point and actually helped Pat Patrick turn from a very small American racing series, if you remember that back in the day, to Indy Lights. I think that all of that past experience has helped me to help the facility, and it's certainly not me. We've got a great staff here. But what I'd like to say is, in the past half dozen years or so, we've started to make bigger increments in both the fan experience out here and in certain parts of the racetrack as far as improvements and so forth. There were a lot of improvements done when Dr. Panos first took over. He infused a lot of capital into the business, and so that was like the first run. And then it sort of waned again for a bit. I think it sort of stayed at that plateau, if you will. And I would like to think that in the last half dozen years we've taken it to the next plateau.
But there's one thing that sets Road Atlanta apart from all the other racetracks. What would you pinpoint that as? Talking
to my friends, who I think are some of the better racers in all of sports car racing, all of road racing, and listening to some of the racers that I'm not that close with, the newer, younger folks, but who also are exceptional racers, I think that there's a few things that set road racing apart from the rest of racing, which is the ability to move around and see different vantage points and so forth. Certainly Road Atlanta offers that. There's some things that Road Atlanta has that I take pride in, because the racers have told us we've done probably the best job of this of anywhere recently. And that is, we tried to keep racing while we try and accommodate the safety for the faster cars. In other words, there needs to be a little excitement and a little jeopardy in a racetrack. If everywhere you go off is asphalt paved and all you have to do is drive back on, it changes the style of racing, and it changes racing, really. Here we've created a safe raceway, but at the same point we've got blind corners, undulation, elevation change, some things like turn 12 and the S's, which really will separate the women from the girls and the men from the boys. And so I think that's one of the things I take the most pride in, is that we've so often now great racetracks are becoming sterilized. And I think that's what the racers would tell you about Road Atlanta.
To give you props, actually the racers did tell us that when we were out here a month ago talking to the Weir Racers motorcycle. They said, the thing that set Road Atlanta apart is that you need skills. You just can't be a madman. Yeah. You need skills here.
Well, and I think to your point, it's both things. It's the racer's skill. It's also the pit crew and the manufacturer's skill.
It's a true team effort. Because
at this place, you've got enough straightaway to really stretch out the car, and you've got enough tight corners, off-camber corners, camber corners, reducing radius, etc. So you really have to think as you set up the car. So the team has to be on their game, and as a racer, you've got to have a certain amount of bravado, and certainly some really good technical skills to get around here as quickly as some of these guys do.